Full set of tools. Check. Full set of armor. Check. Netherproof blocks. Check. Secret password. Check. Portal. Aww. Ah, yes. Finally. Time to relax. Whoa. Where did you go? Anyway, hey, and welcome back to 100% Minecraft, where I completely finish every single version of Minecraft before updating. And I finally updated. This is the Halloween update, which added another, and as you can see, fishing. My god, I'm absolutely throwing those fish around. Anyway, that means we finally have like a new food source. Gonna be completely honest, hunting pigs constantly is actually kind of annoying because it's like basically all I eat. And it's oftentimes not even that hard, just because I need to constantly remove all the animals from my area whenever I want to record, just because they're so noisy. Anyway, the biggest change, at least like visually speaking, is obviously the grass. It is now, well, it's a lot darker actually, right? Like I already kind of miss the alpha grass, right? Technically we're still in alpha, but you know what I mean. I updated to version 1.2.6, which is the last version of the Halloween update, and I hope it has most of the bugs fixed. Sadly, like every single version, especially in alpha and beta Minecraft, introduced like a bunch of bugs that had to be dealt with over the next few versions. But look at those leaves over there. Still kind of looks wonky just because of how leaves are currently rendered, right? Like you can kind of see the sky through there while moving. Well, now I actually am kind of curious about one other thing, because I'm not sure if they actually fixed that here. One thing I constantly had to deal with in the previous version was that leaves didn't properly decay. Like some of them tried to, but it never really fully worked. I do know that somewhere in beta there's definitely a point in time where I've read like some of the patch notes where they fixed that again. I'm not sure if that's still in here though. Yeah, this might actually be one of the versions where... Oh no, some of the leaves have decayed. I don't know if it's slow or if it's still buggy. I'm guessing it's still the buggy version where only a few of the leaves decay. Anyway, today is the day we are finally going into the Nether. And the Nether is also only going to be like a short trip today because, to be honest, there's actually that much to do. Wait, it's this way around, right? Yeah, sure. There's actually not that much to do in the Nether. And I seemingly misplaced my flint and steel somewhere. I can't find it anymore. I bet it's at one of my bases. And I just used up the last piece of flint to make some arrows. I need a better arrow farm. Oh, that didn't actually take too long. Okay, let's make some flint and steel. Perfect. And it's finally time to light the Nether portal. You know what? It's maybe a little bit embarrassing, but I don't remember the password. I know I needed something on the right. Wait, was it this one? This one, this one, this one? Ha! I kind of remembered, I guess. I just remembered it was like one of the sides and then one extra one. But here it is, the Nether portal. That was quite a sound, actually. Kind of satisfying. Anyway, I don't... Okay, first of all, you're way too loud. Second of all, I don't actually have like a lot of great gear on me. I don't really care though, because there isn't actually that much interesting stuff to do in the Nether, sadly. I'm gonna get like a better sword and then let's get it into this. I think the Nether always had like this weird position in Minecraft where it always felt like kind of late game for like the longest time, and like even nowadays a lot of people like to prepare before going there. But like for the longest time, especially before the Nether update, the Nether wasn't actually that dangerous, which sounds kind of weird. Let's just go in. Entering the Nether. Oh, and I'm in the open. Obviously, it looks quite different. Like, look at how dark it is. Like, modern Nether has like a background lighting of like, I think it's 7 or so. Like, at least the visual one, right? There's like still a difference to like real lighting. But like, it's actually quite dark here. Like, normally you can see a lot further. And I think originally it might have been even darker. Maybe I'm mentioning stuff, right? Like, I do remember that there was like a change here. But talking about the dangers of the Nether, well, there aren't actually that many. Like, if you think about it, right? Obviously, there's like lava, but like if you are falling into lava, your great gear is not going to help you. It's not like in modern Minecraft where you have like potions. And sometimes I'm like, it sounds like I'm talking about like, oh, that was loud. Modern Minecraft in a really negative way. I'm just saying that as like a comparison, right? Like, I do enjoy the modern versions. I'm just doing this like kind of as a tourist watching all of the versions. I do remember that ghast were kind of weird in older versions though. They are so loud. Oh, you're actually closer than I thought. So, ghasts are actually kind of dangerous here. Mainly because like you can't one-hit them. You have to shoot them multiple times. Okay, 3 times apparently. So they're actually not that dangerous. But look at what they drop. Yeah, nothing. I'm actually not even sure if they drop gunpowder in this version yet. It might be a later thing. Anyway, zombie pigmen. They don't do much unless I punch them. Which I'm going to do, but a little bit later. Otherwise, I do remember reading some of the patch notes about the different types of soil in here. And when I say like soil, we obviously have netherrack. And this is like the old texture. It's, yeah. Like the newer one is a lot softer. This is basically just red cobblestone. Which, by the way, is actually kind of nice when I think about it. I kind of need more color in my world. And getting a bit of netherrack is actually kind of nice. I'm not going to be stupid. I'm not going to punch those pigmen. I should have brought more iron just to replace my gear every once in a while. I should probably collect some of those mushrooms. Like, one of the issues that I'm currently having with like mushrooms, for example, like mushroom stew is actually decent food, but I don't use it because mushrooms don't spread yet. To my understanding, I think they start spreading somewhere in the middle of beta. And then they were like really extreme with their spreading, right? Like, you used to find caves that were just like completely overrun by either red or brown mushrooms, which was really fascinating. But alas, that's not yet the case. So getting like a half a stack of like both of them just to bring with me so I can replace like my pork chops here would be kind of nice actually. Anyway, like the one big thing that everyone wanted from the Nether obviously was glowstone. Because we have exactly 2, no, it's actually a lie. Starting this version we actually have like 3 lighting options instead of 1. Previously we only had torches, now we have both jack-o'-lanterns and glowstone. But here's the thing. Glowstone absolutely sucks. Why does it suck? Well, I think it's still glass, right? You can break it. Oh, look at that. I got like 1 glowstone dust. Isn't that unlucky? Well, let's get another one. Another one? Oh, I must be so unlucky. No, I'm I'm just messing with you. Glowstone only drops exactly 1 glowstone dust. And it gets worse. That's not the recipe. Oh. Can't just shoot me here. You seem to at least not spread fire. It's actually kind of convenient. But you're quite accurate. Can I? Okay, now I'm actually kind of curious. Can I punch back your fireballs already? No, I can't. Doesn't seem like it at least. I don't know when they add that one. Soon, I think. I'm also not sure how zombie people are going to react once they... Okay, you ignore me. That's important. I needed to test that. It was probably quite dangerous. Can I punch you? By the way, you're definitely glowing. In a weird way. Anyway, let's get back to the demonstration. Because the real recipe for glowstone is this. Yeah, that means every single time I break a piece of glowstone, I get 1/9 of another piece of glowstone. There's no silk touch, there's no fortune. That is all you're getting. So we'll probably not be using glowstone for a few versions. Look at you guys just floating. Is it just me or ghasts less rare? Can't even reach you like this. And in truth, I really hope that I didn't pick like a buggy version of Minecraft at this point. Obviously all of them are buggy, but more specifically, there was like both soul sand and gravel should be generating in the nether. And there were like different versions where they were replaced like constantly. But I mean, like in some versions you had like soul sand, and in other ones you had gravel apparently. Obviously I only know that from the patch notes that I'm reading every single time on the Minecraft wiki. Because obviously I don't have like that kind of knowledge of like every single patch, but still. But yeah, otherwise the basic principles of the nether should still be counting. Yeah, I can't use water buckets as expected. Okay, but how do I leave this platform? And seriously, can those guards shut up a little bit? I might just dig into this wall and down. Might have to get up to get some more equipment in between. I mean, I guess this was a trip into the nether. I'm already out of iron. To be fair, I only brought like one piece. I should have probably at least brought stack, just so I can recraft some pickaxes in between. Let's see if this actually works. Ooh, leaving the nether. I'm always a little bit worried when I work with like nether portals, because even in more modern versions they sometimes break when I try to link. Still can't see any soul sand. I'm kind of getting worried. I should have checked for the generation again, because if this is a wrong version then this is going to be awkward, to say the least. Gonna block like some of the lava here at least. Like that. Isn't lava supposed to like update a lot more quickly? I guess so. You're still not really working as intended. Okay. Gonna use like a few torches just to loosely mark my way. I would have expected at least a few pieces of anything else, actually. I have to make sure that I don't hit any of the zombie pigment off. Okay. Did you drop something? Oh, you dropped some gunpowder. Okay, so I'm at least right about that. You are already dropping gunpowder. But obviously gas tiers were only added with potions. Oh, you can bounce them back. That's neat. It's just weirdly awkward. I don't know if I can do it with a punch. I don't think so, but at least I can do it with like an arrow. Like I didn't actually want to explore too much of the nether because first of all the nether sucks, and second of all it's going to get updated over time, and I would like to have the features relatively close to my base, or at least the Tower of Progress. Obviously my base is somewhere else. It's kind of a struggle to hit you guys sometimes. Huh. No, that's another. Okay, that's just a lighting glitch. I did actually consult the wiki when I was leaving the nether for a bit, and apparently this version should be generating soul sand. I am just confused as to why I can't find any. Wait, is that? Oh, I might just be way too high up. Talking about that. Yeah, I thought so. I did read that we finally got coordinates now, which is really neat. That's going to help a lot whilst planning. I think there's actually a project I'm going to work on probably next episode, where this is going to help out a lot. I mean it. Anyway, let's first get onto the soul sand. Look at it slowing me. There's technically something... I don't actually know if that still works. I'm gonna have to check it out. That there used to be like the... I'm gonna call it like an invisible barrier portal. My god, this isn't even... I can't even use a shovel on you? Wow. You seemingly have like no tool at all. Okay, like a lot of the early blocks actually use the sword to... Wait, are you? Wait, there's actually a sword block. Okay, a lot of the items actually use the sword. Like for example, crafting tables or fences or stairs use the sword to be dug up. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my sword on it, but it's interesting that this is another one of those blocks. I wasn't aware of that actually. Oh, wait. I did hit you. I can kind of hit those balls even with my fists, just not the easiest to do so. Okay. Anyway, we have like a stack of soul sand. That's more than enough. I really don't care enough about it. I just need it for the museum, okay? Stop it, cast, please. Where did I come from? Didn't I build like proper stairway? Can't believe this. Oh wait, I came from over here. Hey buddy. I think with that I'm basically done here in the nether for this version. There really isn't that much to do. I would like to hit a firewall back at you. Just because I think it's cool. I like doing that in the modern version, obviously, because it's... Wait, it deals so little damage, doesn't even kill you. Wow. I feel like an arrow is even stronger. Wow. That is kinda disappointing. You actually... good thing I brought my flint and steel, but you did actually deactivate my portal. Wow. I feel like I need to at least encase you in something. Like normally I would use cobblestone, but I am absolutely out of cobble at the Tower of Progress, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be lazy and cheap and just use netherrack. Come on, stop, please. I really like that dark mushroom over there. It's so dark and broody. Like, don't get me wrong, I think if you are like above a lava lake and a gas is attacking you, you are probably in danger here. But that's literally only a situation where I even see like a smidgen of danger. Talking about smidgen of danger, I am going to do it. I'm gonna risk it. Punch the zombie pigman. I kinda wanna do like a farm for those. Like a small one because of that. Did you see that? Yeah, zombie pigments drop... You know, cooked pork chops. This is one of the best food farms that I can make in the game currently. Only difficulty is that they are kind of dangerous. And I am probably losing part of my wall here, yeah. Can I punch you through the wall here? Kind of. I feel like I would have to build around this. Hopefully they're going to forget about me by the time I return here, because I am going to forget about it. Anyway, with that we've actually found like 80% of the new content this version brings. Here's the thing. I am not going to say that this update wasn't like huge. Adding a new dimension is probably a lot of work, especially if your game wasn't made for it. But obviously it feels like kinda underwhelming, because I don't really plan on using the nether itself. Just because I might even delete the nether at some point to regenerate it once we are getting more features or once I'm ready to actually use it. Until then, it's probably just going to stay that little portal over there. I mean, I might go into the nether every once in a while just to get like a little bit of glowstone, right? Like I don't have it on me anymore, but yeah, the only issue is it's too expensive. I think it's going to take like 20-ish episodes with like my speed before I reach a point where I can actually use glowstone, where like the recipe is like a 2x2 and the glowstone actually drops like multiple pieces every time I break it. And I don't know what it is. It might just be that the color of the grass is different. But I think it's so much nicer looking at night currently, right? Like before, the difference in light levels was like so harsh. Don't get me wrong, it's still rather harsh, right? Like you can definitely see which light level each block has. But it's a lot nicer than before, I would say. At least feels like it. Oh yeah, completely forgot about that. I can finally see my face. If I hold F1 while I have the F5 position, then I can actually see my face. By the way, I can also finally disable the HUD, which means that I can finally take screenshots of this game. Like that don't have my GUI in there. Right, there are like a lot of little improvements in this version, right? Like I feel like I sounded like a little bit negative when it came to the nether, but like this patch definitely changed a lot, for the better especially. It's just that it doesn't feel like a lot of content, right? Like we have 4 or 5 new blocks, we have fishing, we have like HUD updates, we have like the graphic updates of both the leaves and the grass. So like again, there's like actually a lot in here. It's just yeah, we are kind of already kind of advanced in this world, which means that it's not that hard for me to get all of this. Anyway, I'm standing here just to check that this is still the spawn point, and those are the coordinates. By the way, I have to hold F3 down to actually see them. I can't just toggle it. 4699. Interesting. Now I'm kind of curious where actually the 00 coordinate is. That should be, wait, this direction and this direction. A little to the northwest. Skeletons. Oh yeah, also, skeletons finally have bows. It sounds like such a silly remark, but yeah, they didn't have bows before. They just kind of shot me with their hands. Why am I doing this at night? No, I have to go further this direction. Like really awkward to hold F3 down. Okay, let's get the X correct. And there's a spider. Please ignore me, spider, please. Spider. Okay. And over here. This is 00. And this is negative 00. So those 4 blocks actually the 00 coordinate. This is, by the way, quite normal, right? Like, normally spawn isn't quite at 00. I don't actually know how back in the early version of Minecraft the spawn position was determined. I just always feel like I used to spawn near water. I don't actually know if that was something intentional or if this was just random. This, by the way, is one of the invisible gates that I mentioned. Look at that. I cannot make any progress here, right? Like I hold the W key. I'm gonna try to be like really loud with my W key, but I don't think you can hear it with my filters on. Yeah, why is that? Well, because there's another block up here. I don't think it matters what kind of block it is. What matters is that soul sand is like slightly lower than regular blocks. And I think the game just wants Steve to take like a step up. And it just doesn't work, right? Like it's... it basically tries to go like at least a half step up. And then obviously there's a block in the way, which is why that doesn't really work. But we can just step off here, for example, and we can also go the other direction. It is a one-directional thing. You can have some fun with that. I don't know if I'm going to be using that. I don't think that this actually works in more modern versions again. And by modern, I don't even mean like that modern. Even sometime in the future from here is going to not work anymore. Anyway, I did think about what to do with the rest of the episode. And I thought maybe I'm gonna be building. But here's the thing. I have already made so much progress exploring. Why don't we finish exploring this version? Because there's still 2 more things that I actually need to find. And like 2, I mean like 2 categories actually. In this version, not only was the grass changed, it is also dependent on biomes. Because we finally have biomes. Wait, there's a zombie here? There's a cave here. Huh. Exactly next to the other cave, but I don't think the zombie actually lives here. Anyway, I'm gonna just leave that. So, they added biomes this version. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to explore too much at the beginning, but obviously I had to explore a lot more. But if we go south, and remember, the sun is weird in this version, we should be able to find some of those new biomes. And in those biomes, we should be able to, first of all, find snow, ice, technically. I think ice should exist already, and pumpkins. Ooh, I spot some more clay. I always need clay. I should probably pick up all the clay I can find. As well as, and that may sound weird, all the wool I can find. Like, I'm willing to drop some wool, but just because I need so much for the Tower of Progress, I'm just gonna pick up every single bit that I can find. Just getting more. It's just kind of annoying because you always have to wait for all of the sheep to despawn, the new ones to spawn. Technically, you can kill all of them, but that's such a hassle. That's a weird pattern. What's going on with the sand here? It's just weird generation. Don't imagine they... Oh wait, I just noticed this is actually where I have been before. This is where I ended up after my first exploration session, right? Like we have like some torches here, and there should probably be a hole. Also, okay, first of all, I broke my boat. Second of all, this is the clay I forgot. I actually noticed in editing the recording, but hey, at least we've gotten it now. Oh look, old wood. Oh, even more clay in the distance. Can't believe that I'm finding so much clay. Right, like I'm still dumbfounded by how I never found clay as a kid. Maybe it's just like a legendary seed, but I feel like it's probably just me being stupid as a kid. Oh, I think I found the world border. I don't know why I almost missed that, but yeah, it kind of makes sense, right? Like world generation changed. Obviously, the chunks aren't like, you know, fitted to each other, which means that you're getting those chunky borders, but that does mean that we have already reached new chunks. Makes sense. I mean, I haven't really explored too much before. Also, is it just me, or is the game just in general a little bit brighter than before? I mean, it's the same thing in the Nether, but I felt like I could never see anything in dark, but now this is actually almost comfortable. Probably not on YouTube, right? Like, we do know the YouTube compression. I'm kind of curious if I'm able to find some spawners in like one of those walls. It's technically easier to do than in like other situations, right? But it's still not that common that it should happen, especially because like our world border isn't like the most massive. Ow. To my understanding, there should be technically five biomes now. We have the Nether biome, obviously. We have classic Minecraft biome, which is basically all of the chunks that were generated before. They didn't actually retroactively get a biome. We do have the new, I'm gonna call it like the foresty biome. It's like just like the green area. Okay. It's just a green area. And we do have a desert, technically, as well as a snowy plains biome, kind of. My god, I'm so happy that I brought the fishing rod, because I'm gonna need it in a bit. I should probably just wait until daytime, right? Right, let's just agree on that. Now I'm curious. How good are fishing rods in this version? Okay, I can't actually reach you guys from here. Ah, maybe. You're just barely in range, technically. Just need to hit you. I... Oh. I guess they're strong. I didn't even see where we were flying to. Oh, they actually fixed my favorite bug where you could just stack all these sounds of like walking while sneaking. Aww. That snow? Looks kind of snowy to me. Also, I'm seeing sand over there. I don't know if that's just like randomly generated like that or if that's actually a desert. I mean, it looks like a lot of sand, but it's also not that wide. Is it like a one chunk desert or is it just like a sand basin? It might be like a weirdly generated sand basin. Yeah. Oh, desert. That's like a proper desert. Look at all the sand. Now finally I have like a place to get more if I really want to, and it's not even that far away. That's like the best part about it. Now the question is, does it actually... No, wait, it can't snow yet. The weather isn't in the game yet. So how do we get more snow? Because this might be a very limited resource. But we do have snow blocks. That's also kind of nice. You know what? Doesn't actually matter. Let's just carry it around like this. I'm gonna bring like a little bit more... Okay, they do have some iron on me. Luckily, since snow's just a white block, we can kind of replace it with wool. But it's still nice to have like a few more block options, which I'm going to bring like a stack and a few snowballs for later. I mean, at least I'm gonna need a few for the museum, so that's probably fine though. Can I actually throw snowballs already? I can! Critical damage. I'm gonna hit you once. This is just like a 0 damage kind of situation. I mean, it should be 0. Yeah, I'm quite sure it's 0 because like if I punch... Maybe it's not. You know what? I feel like I did like too much damage. Let me get more snow. So I do know that a sword hit, and then I need a bunch of regular punching to kill a pig. I want to see if like a stack of snowballs is enough. Because it was like too convenient for the other pig to just die like that. Maybe the other pig just fell down somewhere before. Yeah. Okay, it definitely did. I don't think this deals any damage. It's just a weird coincidence, I guess. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm aware that snowballs don't really deal damage in modern Minecraft, but again, like, I am experimenting here. I am with a lot of features not quite sure how they actually work out. I do have the wiki to consult every once in a while, but I generally only like to do that to see like what was added in versions and maybe some bugs, and then figure out the rest on my own, just because it's like more fun. Yeah, I can read the wiki, but I feel like experiencing it is like at least half the fun. And desert. I'm just gonna check the coordinates here. It's like 600 and 1000. That's good enough. I'm just gonna remember that for the next time I need sand. To be honest, these biomes seem kinda tiny. I mean, to be fair, right? Like, this is the first attempt at biomes. Again, I'm not gonna complain too much about it, but it does kind of look like a thin strip for the most part. Maybe it goes on a lot further over there. I was just very confused about like snow biome before as well, because it was just like such a small bit, but it might have just been because at the very... Ooh, wait, I see him. I see pumpkins. It was at the very edge of the previous chunks. Okay, how do I reach you? Probably just by stacking up there, but you know, in concept. And we're up here. I'm gonna bring all of the pumpkins. So these definitely look more like jack-o'-lanterns, and that is mainly because this is what you do, right? Like, those will in the future become carved pumpkins, but we can make jack-o'-lanterns already. They look the same in my inventory. I'm gonna leave it for now just because I have like limited space. But these are really nice to have, because now I have like 5 more light blocks that I could use. Yeah, and it's not like I can make seeds. Seeds only were introduced in beta 1.8, 1.9, somewhere around there, at least for both pumpkins. And then melons? I feel like they got these seeds at the same time. And until then, getting those pumpkins is actually kind of a commodity, so I'm gonna have to be kinda, you know, kinda conservative with them when it comes to using them, actually. I would love to actually use a lot of them, because they make for great lighting options, right? Like as an alternative to torches, for the sole reason alone that they do not give off particles. Like, particle death, I'm gonna call it, is actually something I'm somewhat worried about. Luckily, like in later versions, I can substitute the torches, but at least the alpha and beta versions are going to kind of rely on those, and since the tower where I'm using all of those is going to be quite encased, Okay, this gravel looks like in the first... Like, when I looked at this first, I thought it was like cobblestone. It would have been kind of funny to find a spawner like that. Okay, am I gonna run around like this, or am I just going to stack up again? You know what, I'm just gonna stack up again. And with that, I am back home. How lovely. I also found like a bunch of clay that I can now use to make bricks, and then finally finish the redstone building, at least the facade. Would be nice to put all of that in, and then I might actually be comfortable enough to actually put in the TNT, because I still need to do that, right? Would be kind of a waste to not put that one in. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this very exploration heavy episode. There won't be any of those in the near future. I'm actually not sure. I should have actually checked. Yeah, I get it. There's darkness below me. I should have actually checked. There might be ice in this version, but obviously I can't pick up ice. If that's the case, I should have again checked. At some point I might just go look at some ice. Because again, I can't pick it up, but I kind of feel like I need to at least see it for 100% completion of this version. In any case, I hope you enjoyed. Next time, I'm gonna go back to the other base where I started with like the boat elevator. I actually changed some stuff over there and I never got to show it just because it never fit into the episode. And I have a bunch of ideas of what to do over there, and then in between episodes I'm always going to add some minor things to the museum over here, just because like I already planned some things out here, and like at the end of every episode I'm always going to show you like where I am and like what I did. It's probably going to be like a building-ish per episode. I might actually show some of that on camera, some of it is going to be off-camera work. I just want to be done with this area by the time I update to the next patch that actually adds some new features, which should be beta 1.2, which means we should have at least 8 episodes until then, and I feel like if I finish like one building per episode, then this should be quite manageable. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, have a good one, and bye bye.